Hello, my name is Tom Graham, and I'm a mindfulness coach, and I'm here on this podcast being heard. Today with me is Elizabeth Knittel. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Hey, how are you?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm super excited to have you here. And it's like we had a call, I think it was last week, just last week. And I was like, oh, and then you said you'd be interested in having a conversation about the podcast or the 7Ps. And
Yeah.
yeah, how about you tell us a little bit about you?
Well, so I'm Elizabeth Knittel, and I am an intuitive healer. I do energy work and also a spiritual mentor. Um, I have been doing transformational life coaching for about 3 years now, and healing with my hands for about 15 years. So I I really enjoyed our conversation. I'm super excited about um, the conversation that we're going to have. It was very aligned with how I work, what I do, and so I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome. Um, so let me just run through the 7Ps real quick. So passion, perseverance, priorities, and I skip perspective, priorities, purpose, patience, and prayer. And so you don't have to remember those, and I will ask a question. So if you're ready, here we go.
Let's do it.
All right. So the first question is passion. What actions do you take to increase your passion?
Oh, that's a great question. Um, I do a lot of prayer and meditation and reflecting on really what it is that I enjoy and what I want and what drives me. Um, and really, a lot of it is connection. And so, by knowing that, then I take action steps to connect with people, to work with people, to move forward in following what it is that I want to do and helping to heal the myself and others, and by doing that, heal the planet.
Cool. I wish I could. I mean, it's just like, I agree. I mean, it's not about me and I want to make it about me. So that's funny. Um, really great. Is there anything else?
I mean, I just really try to maintain that constant contact with my high self and listen to what it is that that I'm here to do, and to just put one foot in front of the other, and do it and be open to receive, and to come from a place of love through all my actions, and then doing that, the doors are placed in front of me as they should, or as they do, which turns out to be amazing. So
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. So the next word is perseverance. So what is worth so much that you'd push through anything to have?
peace and serenity.
I love it.
Truly, to have peace, and I think what brings people peace in general is acceptance of who you are, acceptance of where you are, and when you can accept those things, then you will get peace no matter what kind of gets thrown at you in the way. So by being able to put one foot in front of the other and to persevere, to just keep going and not give up, that is going to, keep, and, and having that prayer to do the next right thing, to know what the next right thing is. By doing that, that builds integrity, that builds that self-esteem, and it builds that peace.
It's awesome. I'm not judging, and I resonate with what you're saying. So it's like, this is cool. The next one is perspective. And this question, I asked you this one, so it's not a new one. Would shifting your perspective change your level of joy?
Absolutely, because no matter, you can't change what's going on. You can't change other nouns, other people, places, things, or ideas, right? All you can change is yourself and the way that you see things. And so, literally, by shifting your perspective on whatever it is that's happening around you and accepting it, you create a whole new experience of whatever it is. So,
Yeah,
it's like, it's kind of the main thing.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
The next one is priorities. Are your priorities are your priorities setting you up for joy?
I believe so. I think priorities are a big part of that introspection and looking at what comes first, and thinking about going back, if you go back to psychology, and you look at the hierarchy of our needs, and meeting them naturally.
Can I claim a mulligan?
Sure.
I made a mistake. I did not regenerate this accurately. So here's my game. My game is to have these all 7 questions the same for all the 100 people I'm interviewing. And so what's there for me is I didn't create the question right because I was trying to look good. So here it is. Ready?
Yeah.
Perspective. Nope. Priorities. Are your priorities setting you up for success in creating more joy? Slightly different. Might be the same answer, but I wanted to get it precise.
I believe so. I think that, it really goes back to perspective and choosing where your priorities lie, what lies next, and really knowing that doing the things that bring me joy are going to raise my frequency, which is going to call in more success, which is going to call in more joy, which is going to continue to heal and continue to pass that on to other people. Because when you are on a healing journey and you are glowing from the inside out because you're filled with joy, then it doesn't matter if all you do that day is go to the grocery store and smile at other people, because that's who you are. Then that is, setting other people up for success as well. So I think that, yes, priorities.
And thanks for being so flexible. It was allowing me to correct my my mistake. All right, the next one is purpose. Is your ladder up against the right wall?
Yes, I've done so much work on that personally. For a long time, I struggled with purpose, because I battled food addictions and alcohol addictions, and so I really did not feel. I couldn't understand the purpose. I couldn't understand the purpose of that. I couldn't understand the purpose of my life. I couldn't, regardless of what was going on in it. It was such a battle for 18 years, and then coming out on the other side, doing the work of accepting and loving and just learning to be who I was, and then learning what I liked to do, and it's being fully present and conscious and sober.
Right.
What I liked to do, what brought me joy, um, was really, and discovering who I was, um, it really gave me um, a purpose, and it also working with women and well, and men, hands on, for a long time, um, led my passion and my purpose. And the more I did that, the more inner work I did, and it just sort of felt became more and more clear what my purpose is, and the ability to help other people find their purpose too and their passions.
Awesome. The next one is patience. Are there areas where you don't have patience?
Of course, of course.
Do
But
you see any patterns?
I feel when you have children,
You what?
when you have children, all of that gets tested. But or, um, but yeah, of course. I mean, I feel like I always need more patience, but also learn to not pray for patience because then you will just get opportunities to practice that. So instead, I pray for acceptance and tolerance and gentleness and kindness. So,
Awesome.
but you know what? And this is sort of on the side, but I found a notebook from about 3 years ago or so, and then it was when I was starting my life coaching journey, and it was I had written on there like my driving core motivators and my dream and what I wanted, and um, I have continued to do things and show up online, and regardless of the um, being questioned, or like, what are you doing, why are you doing that, and all that. And today, and I found it last week, and I was like looking for old password or something, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I was reading it, and literally all of those dreams are coming true, and it's just taken longer than what my original timeline was. But that, because I wasn't focused on when it was just doing the one thing at a time, it actually has given me patience, and now, like, to look and see all those things coming true, it's really amazing.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Then the last one is prayer. I can't believe how fast this has gone. Like you're boom, 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 boom. So thank you. Prayer. Um,
Mm.
this one's a multi-part one. And so do you use the are you proud of, what are you proud of, grateful for, desire, and love about yourself prayer?
um no, I don't know what prayer you're talking about, but I do say gratitude is like my number one thing that
Mhm.
I start my day with, or if I get into a situation where I might need some patience, or or anytime, my first go-to is gratitude. Because when you're in a state of gratitude, you're in a state of abundance, really, and in a state of love. And so I do have use gratitude. But and there are some prayers that I say, especially if I'm having a hard time starting off, with prayer. But generally, when I pray, it's just like I'm talking to my best friend, and I don't feel the need for a lot of formality to it because it's just a conversation with that conscious contact, and being able to pray throughout the day without making it a big situation or to do, for me, makes it just so much more alive and more real and just more a part of my life. Whereas if I had a, not to say that I don't I feel like prayers when I talk and meditations when I listen. So I do have the time of meditation, but with prayer, I feel like I'm just constantly in that sort of state.
Yeah. Do you mind sharing with me one thing of each? Like, what are you grateful for?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't
Um,
mind.
I don't mind at all. Well, I'm grateful to have a job where I get to work in my passion and work with other people to help them get to know who they are and do some of that trauma
Mhm.
healing work. And I'm really, really grateful to be able to do that for my work today.
And then what are you proud of?
Ooh, I'm proud of um, how far I've come. That I'm not dead. I am proud of and my children, and and just the relationships I have and that I've rebuilt and things like that.
Got it. And then the next one is desire. What do you desire? One thing you desire, not everything.
Um, I really desire just to be able to heal as many people as I can. Yeah.
And then what do you love about yourself?
Well, and I want to go back and say, not that I heal, but I help others to heal themselves. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. So I got a mulligan, you get a mulligan. No problem.
yeah, it's like just so I was taking that. So okay, so repeat the last question.
Yeah, sure. It's what do you love about yourself?
Oh, I think I have a really kind heart. It's very genuine. Um, one of my boyfriend's kids gave me a birthday card and it said, "Thank you for your unconditional kindness," and that really touched my heart because that's what I want. It's just to be kind and loving.
Beautiful. Well, I'd like to acknowledge you. We're at the end of our 7 questions, and it was like so easy, no stumpers, and it's like you answered them like you answered them, and it's beautiful. And so here, is there anything you'd like to be acknowledged for in particular?
Um, I mean, I don't know. That's sort of a funny thing. Um, no, I'm grateful to have gotten the opportunity to be here and to answer the questions. But it is funny, it flew by. But
Yeah.
I guess I did know that when we talked before, I was like, oh, that's so in alignment with exactly what I do and what I practice. And it was just like, so it was easy.
Oh, yeah. And I acknowledge you for your who you are and that space you hold and what you're out to cause in the world. And it's really, really just not just it's really a joy in my heart to see your light in the world. So thank you for who you are.
Well, thank you. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for putting this out there. This is phenomenal. And I think that from what we our conversation in the past, our missions are somewhat aligned, and I'm grateful to have that community that because there are times when it can get a little lonely,
Yeah.
and so I think community and knowing that there's other people that are on the same journey and being able to connect with them, no matter where you are in the world. I think that's really cool.
Awesome. Well, that wraps up our conversation, and we'll have a few minutes for bonus time. And so I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.